Greetings, I'm developing a blues piano exercises tutorial for blues piano enthusiasts who want to give it a shot themselves. I took adult piano lessons for 6 years, and but as I was finishing adult level 3, I started tinkering with blues piano myself. You're not gonna run into any virtuoso performances during this series. What I intend to do is to derive the blues scales for various exercises for people who don't necessarily have time to generate the notation. When I first started taking piano lessons, my beloved piano teacher did not start me on scales for a considerable time. It might have even come after we were dabbling in chords. However, here I'm starting with the blues scales under the assumption that you have been playing piano for at the very least a few years. When you're doing the exercises, whether you got the 48 key, 61, 76, 88, whatever, try to go the entire length of the octaves so you will improve your command across the whole keyboard as opposed to just the center of the keyboard. The fingering numbers that I provide work for me. You are free to explore your own options. However, do not go like 1 2 1 2 like you're doing a chromatic scale. That's an absolute no-no. When I finally finished the major scales with my piano teacher, she told me to count to the right 6 to find the relative minor of each. And being of a rebellious nature, I counted to the left 2, which convinced her forever that I was left-handed. But it was simply quicker for my taste. So, along similar lines in the diagrams that I will supply for the scales portion of this tutorial, you'll see that I am following a parallel minor approach as opposed to the relative minor, meaning I'm going from C major to C minor pentatonic to C blues scale, which, at least for notation purposes, helps me combine 3 steps into one. And those steps are: you take A major, A major, you flatten the 3rd and 7th, throw out the 2nd and 6th, and add either the sharp 4 or the flat 5, and that's your blues scale in that major that you started out with. So before I finish, I have a kind of semi-important disclaimer, and that is the key signature that you see next to the clef sign for the blues scales may not necessarily be the official that you may run into a book or whatever. I don't have a music notation software. I use my legacy Sonar Platinum, and it has a mind of its own. So my goal is to emphasize in the final step the adding either the sharp 4 or the flat 5. So at that point I take whatever Sonar Platinum gives me, and the rest of it you'll see that the key signature that you see on next to the clef sign is good in summation with the flats or sharps I have indicated throughout the rest of the clef. So happy exercising, and I hope to see you frequently. Thank you.